Hello everyone, and welcome to Durable Chess, where I play level 1600. This game was about a week ago. What I'm showing here is an analysis on LiChess, which allows me to step through, and it shows some of the blunders in the game. Turns out I made 2 blunders. My opponent made 1 blunder. I would count the blunders higher, but you decide. So here we go. I'm playing white, and I started out with just a standard e4. My opponent countered with e5, a standard move. I bring out my horse, also known as a knight. I bring out my bishop, and you see the cursor here. I'm trying to move out the bishop and the horse here so that I can castle. And against an opponent like 1600, I want to castle as soon as I can, but not too early. You know, it's a balance between getting some development and watching what's open up here, like its queen is ready to come out or its bishop. And I think well, anyway, what I'm going to say later is I think I played a little bit better, a little bit over my head, because I wasn't scared, because I didn't expect to win. We'll see what happens, but I think it's an exciting game. So carrying on here after my mumbo jumbo, 1600 plays c6. I bring up my horse, so now you can see that there's an opening and I can castle whenever I want. And so here already at move 4, it's challenging my bishop right here. And so I move it out of the way. It's challenging my knight. I call it a horse. I get it out of the way. I castle. It brings its knight down. I push my d pawn, and I'm aiming here at its knight. And you'll notice this is called the evaluation bar. It just went up there. And since I'm white, the higher this is above the middle red line here, the better I'm doing. When it's down here, I'm losing. So it's an every move, every half move actually, evaluation of the game as LiChess sees it. So it took my pawn. I traded bishops. That brings its queen down into a scary location. I line up my rook on its queen and its king. It moves its horse back. It's saying here that I should have taken this. This is saying it's just an inaccuracy, but it's saying that my best move would have been to take its e pawn with my d pawn. But I'm a beginner. So it takes that pawn, I take, and right now we can see it's very even. It castles. I take that pawn. Moves ensue. And here I pushed this pawn because you can see I really fear a high rating knight play. And look, both knights can come to this, but I stopped it. And knights are, I have a hard time with knights. I have a hard time at night too. So, whatever. This is supposed to be chess. Okay. So it decided to do a horse trade, I call it. You can see now what we got here. I'm ready for anything. So what I don't want to do, and maybe this was a trap or a trick, 1600 I think wanted me to take the horse with my h-pawn, which leaves a big old hole right in front of my king. Not a good defense. I want to keep that pawn there. So I take it with my queen, and now watch what happens. So, you know, count the captures here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then I get out of the way. So a little capture fest happened. Let's see that again. I think it's pretty interesting. So it takes I take it, at least my queen is out of the way. Its queen takes my rook. My rook takes its queen. It's now queenless. It puts me in check, and I get off the back row. And I have an exit path here. Now, after all that, the progress bar is right where it started. I love chess. It's just, normally that wouldn't happen, at least not to me. So it's pushing its d pawn. I move my knight closer to the action. And then my big mistake of the game. And I don't know what I was thinking. It was a brain fart. And now look, it's knight. We don't know what it's going to do yet. I'm not telling you what's going to happen, but that was a bad move. And so look at this, free. I offered a free bishop. Yep, it takes it. And then, probably because I'm playing 1600, which is over my head, I didn't want my queen lined up, but, it's protecting the knight. So I panicked twice. Well, I had a brain fart and I panicked. Moved the queen up out of the way, seeing that I could put it in check. That's why I moved it there. It takes my horse. So LiChess does not consider that a blunder. It considered my loss of the bishop a blunder. I call it a blunder. But so to keep some kind of dignity, I put it in check. And so already we've got two rooks down here that are keying in on my king. Of course, it can't allow that. So I take the pawn. I take its pawn on a7. And now what I want to do is take this pawn, which is protecting the pawn on d. See if I can do that. What am I talking about? No, I didn't do that yet. I'm all mixed up. Okay, so I'm pushing my a pawn. Never mind what I just said. So it's threatening my queen, which I'm down to. I'm down to a queen already, and you can see it's got. So I have a queen. It gave up its queen, but it also has two rooks, a knight, and a bishop. I'm thinking maybe I can sneak up on the rook. I mean, yeah, right. It wants to take my pawn, and I can't save it. I can't protect it here because of the rook, because of the knight. I can't protect it here because of the knight. It's a powerful knight. That's what I'm saying. I don't like knights in my territory. And they're tricky little demons. So I'm thinking if I can get up to here, I can take that. But well, anyway, it takes it. Now I'm thinking right here, either I can take the rook or the pawn. I really want this pawn because then this one is free floating. But it's smart, and it took my pawn and protected its pawn. So, okay, I'll go after its horse. Now it's 1600 is pushing its d pawn because it wants a promotion. Would be the worst thing I can imagine in this game. I take its, it's a trade. I'm trading my pawn for its horse. And you can see the evaluation bar goes up a slim amount. Now there's no way. Well, yeah, okay, I'm not explaining this to you. So I take the pawn, and I'm also protecting. Well, I'm not. Okay, forget it. And now here comes its pawn. I move my queen lower and closer to my king because I need to stop this. Last thing I want is a pawn promotion. It's moving this whole cattywampus toward me. And if I want any chance of being in this game, and you can see where I am now. Yeah. So I need to move my king into some position where it can do some good, like stop this. If I move it here, stop this pawn or take this rook. If this rook moves away, so it freezes the rook. If I can get there. Moves ensue. Oh my God! Look at this. And now, okay. So here was my next really big mistake. So I lost my bishop and my knight, and now I make a blunder of not taking. See, I was here. I should have taken this rook and put it in check, but I did not. A little panicky. I put it in check because that will stop. That will stop the pawn promotion. Now it's too late to take the rook. I move my king into that position. Its pawn becomes a queen. So now, queen for queen, but black also is up a pawn and up 2 rooks and a bishop. I mean, is there any chance? So I put it in check. And from here on, I realized that with the queen on D, right below my king, the only way I can keep going here is to keep putting it into check. And as soon as I cannot put it into check, it's gonna take me. And the party's over. So now, because I can't put it in check, at least I can take the rook, and I'm assuming that it will move its queen up to f3, and that's checkmate. Well, it can actually, yeah, it's checkmate. But what does it do? It goes pawn grabbing with its bishop. So I say, okay, I'll take the rook, put it in check, keep putting it in check. It gave me 1 lease on life there by not moving the queen to f3 for checkmate. And I see h7 ripe for the taking, so I'll just keep putting it in check. And I look at see the progress bar went from, look at the progress bar right here. I have no chance. Now watch. That was its fatal blunder number 2. Checkmate. I didn't realize at the time. I was in panic mode. I didn't realize at the time, but this is checkmate. It can't move here. My king actually is suffocating its king, so it can't go in any of these directions, and I win. Shock upon shock. So that was an enjoyable game. It was tense. It was enjoyable at the end, I will say. I had 0 expectations that I would win this. But it made 2 mistakes at the end, and luckily I wasn't panic-stricken enough that I didn't see it and got a little lucky, and I beat 1600 in chess. Thanks for watching.